Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that will be linked with a January transfer move to Arsenal. Thank you to everybody who hopped on to the live yesterday that I did. It was really, really good. Thanks to lead judges. Thanks to all of you guys with your great contributions. And it was really interesting yesterday. What I picked up from fans in general yesterday when doing that live is a high level of frustration with the lack of or perceived lack of transfer activity by Arsenal so far this January transfer window. Still no signings done and still doesn't look like we're near to a signing. And especially when you factor in the fact that a couple of players that you would look at and think these are hard deals to be done are looking like those deals are going to get done. I mean, we were seeing yesterday that Viktor Gyökeres of Napoli looks like, sometime next week he'll probably join PSG. We're after a left winger. He's a top quality player. Doesn't look like Arsenal have even gone anywhere near that. Listen, they may have their reasons. And then also Manchester City, active in the transfer market, have already signed a defender. Now making moves to sign a player that's been heavily linked with Arsenal, Omar Mamouche, who, all windows so far, everybody says, would be a great signing, but difficult to get done. Looks like he's on his way to Manchester City next week for a big fee. So I understand the level of frustration because we are as badly in need of refreshing our team and strengthening our team as Man City are. I think it's very similar. Man City, big injury to one of their key players, and no backup to Erling Haaland. They're moving and they're not wasting time and they're moving quick. Arsenal, on the other hand, it looks like it's going very slowly. Now, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but that is the perception. But let's get into some of the rumours of players that have been linked today. Joao Gomes is being linked, not Matheus Cunha of Wolves, Joao Gomes of Wolverhampton Wanderers. Very, very good player, by the way. Young player, Brazilian, 23 years of age, plays in central midfield. Now, the journalist Rudy Galletti is the one that's come with this rumour. He said that Arsenal are interested in signing the Wolves player and have made some inquiries about him. He's also been linked with a host of other clubs in the Premier League. I remember watching him last year when we played Wolves. He's a very good player. Manchester United, Liverpool, Spurs, all interested in the central midfielder. However, Wolves are going to be very, very reluctant to sell him this January transfer window. Wolves in a massive relegation battle. And as I was sort of saying on the live yesterday, what do you do if you're a club like Wolves? Cash in on a player like Joao Gomes, take the 45 million, or do you try and use him to get out of relegation trouble, then do any possible deals in the summer? They're going to wait till the summer. But Mamouche is on his way out of Eintracht Frankfurt if the money's right, so why not? Moving on to Viktor Gyökeres, speaking about him nearly every single day of the January transfer window because he is the hottest striker in European football right now, has scored the most goals, more than Haaland, more than Isak. He's been on fire, scored again last night for Sporting. And this was really interesting. This coming from a publication in Portugal called Record Portugal. They claim that he has a gentleman's agreement with Sporting that he can leave for a fee of between 58.6 million and 62.8 million pounds. If that is offered for him, he can leave for that fee. Now, we've been told for quite a long time that the release clause is around about 83 million pounds, but this will be very interesting if it's true because it means that the fee to get him is actually lower than that release clause. If somebody came in below that release clause and offered that money, they have a gentleman's agreement that they would let him leave. Now, if that is true, Arsenal should be exploring that. I still think, despite rumours that I've seen in the past suggesting that Arsenal think he don't really fit they should be trying to go and get a player of this quality, a guy who has been scoring goals for fun now for the last few seasons. It's a no-brainer if it's that sort of money. Now, of course, it's whether he wants to leave in January or not. I spoke about this a lot on the live yesterday that, you know, he may have also an agreement, gentleman's agreement with Sporting, where he's saying, I ain't going nowhere. Don't worry, guys, until the summer. I'm going to try and help you guys to win things before I leave. We don't know that. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes with those sort of things, but certainly we all know Arsenal need a striker. And if those sort of things are true, Arsenal, at the very minimum, should be exploring it. Now, what about this one? Bradley Barcola of PSG, considered to be one of their hottest young prospects, still only 22 and been having a decent season. Exciting young player, as I said. 10 goals so far this season and 2 assists in 16 appearances in Liga, and that's a pretty handy return for a left winger. And we all know that, you know, left wing has been a bit of a problem for us so far this season. Now, there's a lot of rumours coming out of France that there's an expectation that PSG might send him out on loan from now till the end of the season. And you're wondering to yourself, well, why would they do that with such a good young player? Well, the reason being is because they're on the verge of signing Kvaratskhelia from Napoli. All the reports are they are going to get this deal done, and that deal could happen sometime next week. And he plays on the left wing in the exact same position as Barcola, which may knock Barcola's chances of playing regular football. So if this is true, that would definitely be a player that, you know, Arsenal should try and make a move for. Arsenal said to be keeping tabs on the situation, but Barcola could possibly be available for loan from now till the end of the season, which I'm sure that would interest Arsenal. Wouldn't cost them an arm and a leg to get a quality player like that over the line, and another attacking player, although very young. Theo Hernández is another player that's interesting Arsenal. Arsenal, again, monitoring the situation of the left-back, France international, very good player, plays for AC Milan. Now, the reason, again, why he seemed to be getting linked to a lot of teams is that he only has 18 months left on his current contract with AC Milan. And of course, when you're a top quality player like he is, you're going to get linked. Arsenal Insider are the publication that are coming with this link. They're saying that Arsenal are big admirers of him and would be very, very interested in making this signing. A January move for Theo Hernández, it'd be very expensive, even though he's only got 18 months left, valued at around £45 million. Listen, we got left backs at the moment. You know what I mean? We've got, you know, Mars Lewis Skelly, who's emerging. Calafiori can play in that position. You know, Zinchenko is a left back. You know, I know Theo Hernández is a top quality left back, but we're covered in that. We don't need that right now. For the summer, maybe definitely worth looking at a player like Theo Hernández and of his quality and everything like that. But right now, in a January transfer window, I know what you guys all are thinking. Striker, forward players. Talking of left backs, Oleksandr Zinchenko actually been linked with a move away from Arsenal. 28 now. Zinchenko has not really been a regular in the team. And when you're starting to be kept out of the team by Mars Lewis Skelly, 18-year-old, you're starting to think, if you're Zinchenko, that, you know, your days might be numbered at Arsenal. We also had a lot of injuries. Now, both Inter Milan and Fenerbahce, that's Jose Mourinho's Fenerbahce, are interested in signing him, according to Futtersport. And Arsenal would be interested in cashing in on him. Around about £25 million is what Arsenal value him at the moment. Whether those two would be willing to cough up that sort of money this January transfer window is another matter, but he's been linked with a move away. And another big player that's been linked with a move away is Jorginho. He's been getting quite a bit of game time off the bench for Arsenal. Could figure in the Manchester United game today. Jorginho, 33 now, so, you know, he's getting older. But he's been good for Arsenal when he, you know, good as a backup player coming on in that defensive midfield position, never lets Arsenal down. And his agent has apparently been holding talks with Palmeiras. Nothing's come out of that as Palmeiras over there in Brazil. His contract, of course, is up at the end of the season. So when your contract's up at the end of the season, when it comes to January, you are allowed to talk to other teams, and Jorginho's talking to other teams. Interestingly, Jorginho said in the past that he would be interested in a coaching job as well, and seems to be getting groomed up to be a coach at Arsenal in the future. But Palmeiras showing an interest in signing Jorginho, who'll be a free agent at the end of the season. So those are the transfer rumours for today. It's the 12th of January now, getting towards halfway through the January transfer window. Games piling up. Spurs on Wednesday, Villa on Saturday, Champions League game the week after that. Lots of games going right through February as well. Arsenal need to get these signings in. At the moment, no movement. Let's see what happens over the coming week. Thanks for watching the show, and I'll see you tomorrow.